Have you heard about the mining and smithing rework? Well, you probably should have if you've been playing RuneScape at all in the past week, because that's how long it's been out. Yeah, I've been on vacation for a whole week. I was out of state, having fun, visiting my grandparents, seeing the sights, all that. Seeing a little snow, which is rare for me living in Texas. See the big old snowflakes they actually get up north instead of the crappy sleet we get down here. But anyway, yeah. So the mining smithing rework came out. I actually didn't do as much as I thought I would on this account because I decided to go ahead and work on gathering all the supplies to make a set of masterwork armor on my main account, which I'm almost there. I just need to do like an hour more mining and then I can finish smithing the last bit of elder rune bars and then start making the actual thing, which will take hours and hours and hours and hours. And then once I've made it, I have to decide whether I want to keep it or try to make money off of it, because I suck at making money, and it could be my chance to actually have a little bit of money, since I assume the price is still pretty reasonable. But anyway, enough on that. So for this account, I've done a little bit. Not much, just a little. Right now, what I was working on is I mined a bunch of Bane ore. So let's look here first of all. If you don't know anything about this, this is kind of going to be a strange episode. This will be almost... It's not quite a tutorial, but we will be kind of going through a lot of the basics of how things work. We're starting here with smithing just because it's what I was working on. So now you don't have to keep your ores and bars in your actual bank. You can go ahead and keep them in here. So as you can see, I've got all my stuff here. I've been gathering a few random things. And what we can do is we can go ahead and be like, oh, I want to make some Bane bars. And then you just do that. They'll go in here. Now you can get smelting gloves from the family crest quest. They replace the goldsmith gauntlets. And what those will do is they will make these bars go directly back into the metal bank so that you can do 60 at a time without filling your inventory up. But the thing is, I don't think that you get the blacksmith outfit bonus with those. I could be wrong on that, and it's annoying if you don't. But I think that might be the case. So you kind of have to decide whether you want that 2% XP bonus for having a full blacksmith outfit, or if you want to have it be slightly more AFK. But when you're done, you can just dump it in there. You can also dump it through this. You can withdraw everything if you want. Look, that's all my junk. You can dump it all back in. That easy. Smelting, not really changed all that much, outside of the fact that you don't have to be running back and forth from the bank, which is really nice. But yeah, so I made some Bane bars. I'm messing around with Bane stuff because the weapons seem to have their little niche uses that seem interesting to me. So right now, what I'm working on is this, a Revenant Bane Longsword, which is a tier 79 equivalent weapon, which requires, I think, level 80 to wear. You make it from a Bane Longsword plus 4, which basically what you do is you make a Bane Longsword that requires like 1 Bane bar, which is 2 Bane ores smelted together. Then you add 2 more Bane bars to make a plus 1, and then you add 4 more to make a plus 2, and then you add 8 more to make a plus 3, 16 more to get plus 4, and then you add in a specific weapon, which in this case was a Corrupt Vesta's, what type? Was it a sword or something? I don't know, there's 3 you can use. You can use the Statius Warhammer, and then the 2 Vesta weapons, corrupted versions. Their price is a little high. I managed to get mine for like 100k, I think, which is not bad. Or was it 200k? I don't remember. Whatever price I paid doesn't really matter. The point is that we will have it. And it seems to be a pretty good weapon for killing Revenants, because basically, against Revenants, it'll be like tier 79 accuracy, but it will have a 25% bonus to damage, which puts its damage like higher than Drygor's. I'm not sure if it's at like tier 92 levels damage, because I didn't do the math, and there's no fast speed tier 92 melee weapons for me to compare it to. Because I think the only tier 92 melee weapons are like slower or faster than a longsword. That's just how it is. But the point is, like, especially for something you take in the wilderness, like, this is cheap. You just spend a little while mining Bane bars, well, Bane ore to make Bane bars. It's not hard. I mean, the total is what? It's like 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. It's not that many bars. It's like 31 or something, I think I did the math earlier. I'm not doing it right now, but, yeah, so you mine 62 ore, you smelt it together, you grab a weapon off the Grand Exchange, Make yourself a longsword. You can get an offhand one too, which I will once my Grand Exchange offer goes through. And yeah, I might actually kill some revenants. Maybe. I don't know. But that's not the only thing here. I was just doing this to show off the heating mechanics. So, right now, with each hit, I get 5 progress. That's pretty slow. But you can heat it back up in here. Takes a little while because we're so low down. But then when you do this, we'll be getting 20 progress per hit, as you can see, which is much better. And it has a different sound and everything, so like you can be not paying full attention and still do it. There are other things you can do. You can get a thing that uses coal to reheat it to 33%, I think, which we'll go grab one of those in a second. They replaced the coal bag that you used to get from Daemonheim. So we can go grab that once this is done. Go mess around with that a bit. There we go. We made a Revenant Bane thingamabobber. Apparently that was a thing. So yeah, now we got that. Very interesting. There are other Bane weapons, specifically. Let's hop on in here and look. So yeah, you can make Abyssal Bane, and there's also a Square Shield, bizarrely, and a two-hand sword. Now, interestingly, the Dragon Bane, for one thing, the shield should count for protection against Dragonfire. As far as the swords, they might be pretty good for something like fighting the King Black Dragon. And then we have, of course, Abyssal Bane, which I think might also be pretty good if you were, like, single fighting Abyssal Demons. Because I think you're going to have 100% accuracy pretty much no matter what against them. So the accuracy doesn't matter. And then, like I said, the damage is better than Drygor's. So that might be useful. And they are maybe someday going to add new Abyssal creatures, in which case these might be useful. I'm going to make some longswords just in case. I'm going to have all the longswords because I like two-handed fighting. It's just my style. But yeah, so there's uses. I might fight the King Black Dragon with these. I don't think I usually fought him with melee before, so I don't know if that has any problems. But yeah, that is all that. And yeah, for here you just do this to see all the things. You can do that. In Elder Rune, there's a +5. You can make Burial, which then just gives experience, and then you get rid of it. What else? Trying to remember everything I've done. Like, there's the heat stuff. We need to go test that. So I think we'll hop on over to the Daemonheim area. Oh, the other thing is you get Artisan's Workshop respect now whenever you use the anvils for whatever you're making. So you might as well do any anvil smithing here until you've got all the respect items that you need. Right, I'm looking for my Ring of Kinship in here. I'm almost definitely going to miss stuff, especially because I'm doing things like out of order here, but you know, whatever. There's a lot to go over, and I'm not really doing this as a tutorial. I just kind of want to show off the rework, especially since, you know, things might not always work the way they do today. There's definitely been a lot of updates where, you know, things worked one way, and then they changed it, and now they work a completely different way, and then they changed it again, and the things in the middle sometimes get lost, because, you know, they're not in old school, they're not in the current game, therefore they're never seen again. Anyway, I don't have a good way to get to the Artisan Workshop. I should probably work on that. Getting a teleport that actually makes sense to get there. A lot of people are saying they should add a skilling portal to it, and I agree with that. That would make a lot of sense. But they have not. Yeah, so this thing will just make so that you can use the anvils more AFK without it being too terrible. They just use coal up, which coal is a very easy to get resource nowadays. It already was, but even more so now that it's not needed for all the bars. Like, we'll go over what all the bars require when we get back to the Artisan Workshop. And we'll try this thing out, because I've not really even tested this thing. I've got it on my main account, but I've mostly been mining and smelting, not using the anvils. Which sucks, because I do want the respect. I want to get the cannon upgrades, which I've always wanted, but I never liked the old ceremonial swords crap. Yeah, so like we can go ahead and try. I can go ahead and start making my my Bane Longsword offhand. How do you make that? Ah, there it is. I should have noticed there's an entire section for offhand weapons. That would be smart. But yeah, so we can do this. And when that goes down to 0, I believe it should grab some coal from here, just one, and put that in there. There's also Luminite injectors which work with the Artisan Workshop, which like make things better for smithers or something, and they replaced portable forges, but you know, we're not going to go over that because I don't have any. I don't care to test it. But yeah, so as far as the smelting process is concerned, things are mostly the same. Like you do tin and copper to make bronze. I think it's 2 iron ore becomes an iron bar. I think they got rid of the whole like 50% chance thing, whatever they had before. Then steel, I believe, is just an iron and a coal. We'll go check that in a second. But overall, it's good. There's like 3 new tertiary ore things, I believe. Besides coal, coal is only used for like steel and maybe mithril, I think. And then adamant and rune use luminite. And above that there's orichalcite, which is like the subpar dragon armor, because now dragon armor is power armor. And I think that goes with, it might go with Dracolith? I can never remember. And then, yeah, I think that goes with Dracolith. And then there's phasmatite, which goes with the necronium. And let's see, after that is Bane, which is just 2 ores go into Bane. And then there's Elder Rune, which is a rune bar plus light and dark animica ore. So that one's a bit of a rough one, because you have to already have a rune bar to get there, so it kind of keeps rune being valuable. Anyway, so we're about to hit 0 in here, so if I'm correct, the smithing thing should... Yeah, there we go. So it just keeps you working a little faster. Like, if we look here, we'll see how much it goes up. It goes up by 10. So basically, with the smithing auto heater, you'll be working at half maximum speed instead of a quarter maximum speed if you're being AFK. I really do like how they've done this, though. This is a really cool mechanic, being able to see your progress, and, you know, if you leave, you don't lose it and stuff. It's a very nice feature. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish up this here Bane offhand longsword that I will be completing once the episode is over. Ah, we consumed it right at the end. Lame. There we go. Yeah, there's that. But as you can see, its accuracy is 1694, while this one's accuracy is 1876, because each plus adds 1 level equivalent of damage. So I believe this one's like a 75 equivalent, and then this one's a 79 equivalent. I believe that is how it works. But yeah, we can go ahead and look here real quick, just to confirm everything I said. You can see, you know, copper, and then 2 iron. Yeah, 1 coal, 1 iron, mithril and coal, adamant, luminite, yeah, orichalcite, dracolith, phasmatite, necrite, bane, all that. And then if you're making masterwork, you gotta go with this crap and make a ton of these. And I think what it basically comes down to is masterwork armor is like a full set, maybe? I hope it's a full set, not a single piece, but it's like 600 of each of these up here. So that's a lot there. And that's for like the boots, gloves, legs, body, helm. Eve. They got the full set because they got rid of that whole thing where things were crap. Yeah, so that's fun. Also, you can store like silver and gold in here, but you know, there's not much to do with them. But so it frees up bank space, which is something. Now, if we hop on over here, there are some more things to look at though. So like, for each tier they only added a couple weapons, which will be kind of annoying if they ever do the weapon diversity update. Also got new pickaxes. Each one has plus variance, so you can go all the way up to an Elder Rune +5 rune pickaxe, which I think I currently have like a +2, just because I haven't gotten around to it yet, so I need to work on getting that. You can now remove your pickaxe from the tool belt at any time, so if you've already got a crystal one on there, you can remove that. You'll need that later for the best pickaxe in the game, which can be augmented, because these ones up here that you make from these ones can't be augmented. It's to help keep the dragon pickaxe valuable, because then you need 2 dragon pickaxes, because you have to make an Mkando pickaxe and a crystal pickaxe to make this thing. That keeps that value. But the other big thing, like the very first thing you should do, I should rewind all the way back when you first log in after this update. First thing you do, you get 2 of each of these bars up to whatever level you can do, and you start making a bronze ore box, and then you go to iron, and all the way up to whatever you can max at, because This will hold anywhere from a 100 to 140, depending on what you've done and your levels of each ore. And you can then bank it. So it lets you go a lot longer without banking trips. For upgrading, it upgrades to 120 based on your mining level, being just like a few levels, anything from like 2 to 5 or something above the level usually. And you'll be able to gain 20 more. And then if you mine 100 of each, that's the other thing to look at, I guess. Let me get to it. If you mine 100 of each, then you get an extra 20. So see, yeah, there. As you can see, I've only done that for 2 of them so far. I will work on that in the future. I just wanted to get this episode out of the way before I went too crazy. There's other things we need to do. I still not mind a few things to get that achievement. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to do all these achievements on camera. Some will just happen naturally. Some will not. Like, this one will happen kind of naturally. Gemstone rocks kind of suck now. Yeah, this will happen naturally for sure as I work on making my own masterwork armor, which I plan to. Trying to think though, what else is there to talk about regarding smithing? I don't think there's much. There's like some new rewards in here maybe that you might want. I don't know. Yeah, there's the Luminite injector. It lets all players generate additional progress per swing while smithing. So I don't know whether or not there's currently one active. There probably isn't because we're in some random world instead of like a major world. Probably a lot of people in the major worlds. Anyway though, so you've probably seen this in my inventory. Got this from mining. What's it have in it? It has a bunch of Hydrix bolt tips and a strange rock. That's a lot of money there. So yeah, basically they replaced gems from rocks with geodes. There's 3 types of geodes: sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic. Sedimentary is the crap one that you get from low-level mining. Igneous is the good one you get from high-level mining. And then you have a 1% chance, maybe higher with the Luck of the Dwarfs, I'm not sure, but a 1% chance of an igneous becoming a metamorphic, which has great stuff in it. Just for example of what you can get in it, you can get a first age coin, which high alchs for 1,000,000. You can, of course, get the bolt tips we just got. You can get a gift for the Reaper. You can get an ancient effigy. You can get an elite clue scroll. You can get alloy bars for progress on the masterwork, which will save you a lot of time and effort. You can get dragon equipment, triskelion fragments, onyx dust, uncut onyx, and each thing on it has a 6.25% chance of getting chosen. So every time you do it, you have a 6.25% chance of getting an ancient effigy or a first age coin for 1,000,000 GP. You know, it's just things. And you also often, but I don't think always, get a strange rock or golden rock, which basically for me means like no more trying to get the rocks from the skills I don't do. I'll just mine, and it's great. I made a lot of progress on my main account's golden rock statue, just mining the stuff for my masterwork armor. I love it. Alright, so for mining then. Mining has changed a lot. There's a lot more you can do. It's a lot better. It's much more fun of a skill. I hated mining before this update, and now I like it. I like it a lot. We have these runite stone spirits, which we'll grab because might as well. I got them lying around. We'll take my Elder Rune ore box, and we'll, for now, head up to Prif Dennis. Now, Prif Dennis is a little disappointing for this update because they've kept it where it has coal, adamant, and rune up there, which are now low-level things, which, you know, kind of don't really fit. I would feel better if they at least had, like, I don't know, maybe they could have orichalcite up here. It would feel a little better. I'm guessing it's kind of a theming issue. They probably don't feel like it fits elves to have, like, something that is mildly associated with dragons. But, yeah, so this is what we got here. So, with the stone spirits, whenever you mine an ore, you'll get a second one. So if we can actually mine one. As you can see, we have a progress bar here, and when it hits it, we get it. We used up a stone spirit. Got that. We also got this. Yes, rune is so crappy that you get a sedimentary geo. It sucks. So this is a rock opportunity. Whenever you're mining, these will appear on nearby rocks of the same type. When you click them, you'll get a critical hit for a lot of damage towards it. On the lower ones, that usually means you'll just, like, instantly get an ore from it. Yeah, basically, it's now kind of like fighting a monster, where you have HP, you can prospect the rocks to see how many hit points, hardness, XP multiplier, all the good stuff. And a lot of things now will increase your critical hit chance, which, like, this gives a 5% critical hit chance, plus 1% rock opportunity damage bonus, so we can go over here and do that. Yeah, so when you're done mining, you can do that, store them in there, so yeah, now you can see that. It can hold multiple types at once, so we can go over here, minus a mithril, dump that in there, there you go. So you could have this thing really full of ore if you wanted to. Like, if you're going for that 100 of everything achievement, you could just run around and do that, all with one nicely upgraded ore box. But you'd have to actually get the ore box first. The ore boxes are tradable, so you could always buy one of these off the Grand Exchange. I don't know how much they cost, probably a lot right now compared to what they're actually worth. But it might be worth it for you, I don't know. Yeah, we can open this up. Just gonna have... Yeah, they give one spirit shard, which is like, wow, that's kind of junk. But that is apparently what they give. So yeah, what else for mining? Right, so the stone spirit that we used on the rune, those replaced the ore drops on drop tables. So if you would have originally gotten an ore from a monster, now you'll get a stone spirit, which is kind of like an ore, except not, and it will therefore be worth less. But it's good if you're mining for money. If you buy it for less than the value of the ore, then you'll be set. What else? Well, since we're here, the Treherne, I don't know how to pronounce it, but the mining hour in Prif will add randomly light and dark Animica rocks there. I think you also get like a chance of a double ore or something while mining in Prif for any of them. So you can world hop to find one that's good for like rock opportunities and stuff, or you can just AFK like I normally do. But it's kind of underwhelming compared to how much people obsessed over it before, but yeah, it's like I said, I'd feel better if there was maybe at least something higher than Rune, even if it's just one thing. Especially because a few of these ores are a bit annoying to go get to. Like, Bane ore can be a bit of a pain to go find. Phasmatite is a bit annoying as well. Dracolith is, like, out of the way. I'm gonna go check that out now, because we can go see a lot of the ores around the mining guild, which is actually relevant now. Yeah, like, there's Luminite here, and then if you go in here, you got Mithril, yay, you got gold. But if you have done, I think it's either, like, the hard or elite engineering tasks, you can get Phasmatite here. Yeah, it's the hard ones. And, of course, there's a bank deposit box here. Now, I don't know if they fixed it. Last week, you couldn't deposit ore box stuff into these without depositing the ore box itself, and they have not yet fixed that, which is annoying. So that greatly limits the usefulness of this, because you have to keep running all the way there from the Phasmatite every inventory. But hopefully they fix that at some point. It's only been a week. They fixed a lot of stuff in the update today, but not everything. So yeah, inside the actual guild now, we got coal, runite, or a calcite, or calcite, I don't know which. Both sound correct in their own way. That's what's in here. It makes sense, you know, level 60 to get in. I assume that's not changed, and that's the level 60 rock. Then inside here, we got more Luminite and also Dracolith. This is where I usually mine my Dracolith, because I'm too lazy to figure out where else it is. Yep. Alright. So, I'm not going to run around and show you every single mining spot. I can just show you kind of where they are on the world map, though. Bane ore, up here. If you want Phasmatite, over here. You can actually see there. Actually, it does have it. If you want dark Animica ore, it's going to be in there. If you want light, it's going to be here. What else? Oh, there's Necrite. Where do you even get Necrite? I don't even know where you get Necrite, honestly. To be perfectly honest with you, I can't remember. I think I got it somewhere weird. Oh, I remember where I got it, I believe. I got it from right here. Yeah, Necrite. That's where I got it from. Is there any others I'm missing? I think I've shown locations for all of them. They're not the only locations, but they are the locations I know. So what else? What else? All right. Just to cover everything, there is now also as drops from monsters salvage, which replaces the weapons and armor and stuff you would have normally gotten from them, which is just something that can be sold. It can be alked or it can be dismantled for invention components. There's some balance issues there with like it being a lot harder to get invention components for Iron Man and stuff, but I'm sure they'll figure it all out in the future. I think we've just about covered everything though. Like there's small things like your strength level does affect your hit chance on here for the damage that you do. And like you can boost your strength, so like people have been switching to legacy mode and using the dragon battle axe special to get a slight boost to their speed. Oh, you know, I did just remember something. So there is also a reward for paying attention while mining. I think, is it here? Yeah, there we go, stamina bar. It's easier if you do this. So yeah, basically you have a stamina bar that slightly affects how fast you mine, like how much you do. You can just click again to fill it up. Now the first time after you do it, you will notice that you get green sparks instead of white ones. And that's the for-ticking thing. So what you can do is you can keep on clicking every time. And I think you could literally just spam click and it'll count. But that might mess you up. Yeah, it looks like you don't even make progress if you do that. So you have to wait. I'm just trying this out myself. I think there's an achievement. Yeah, if we do this for a whole minute, you'll get an achievement. But I think we might fill up our inventory before we can do that. But we might as well. We can do it. You can fill up your ore box while doing the achievement. Yeah, if you want to try hard your mining and get as much mining done as fast as possible for maximum money and XP, this is how you mine. I could never do this, personally. I don't think we messed it up. We'll know if we get a 15-second thing. If we don't, then we'll have to switch rocks. It's really best to do this on a higher level one so you don't have your inventory fill up. Oh yeah, we lost it. So annoying. We'll go do it at the Oracle site. I keep switching how I pronounce it too. Which is bad. I shouldn't do that. But I do. Yeah, I think we've pretty much covered everything I had to say for this episode. I'm going to be working a lot on two things, which is of course getting all those Bane armors, and then I'm going to be mining manually. I'm not going to buy it. All the bars needed to get Masterwork armor, because Masterwork armor sounds really cool. Because for one thing, they are working on making it so that you can use it at all bosses and Slayer tasks. Like when you have a Reaper task or a Slayer task, you can use it at it and not have it lose charge. And there's also the Elite Dungeon thing. I believe it has the same effect those armors did there, the tier 92 ones, where you don't lose charge. And that to me makes it sound so worth it to have. If I could just use that armor, like when fighting an Abyssal Demon task or something, and get that huge damage boost up from my normal armor that's like tier 80. Like that would be great. I would love that. So I definitely want to get that, and we'll be working on it. Probably not working on it too hard until I've got the Masterwork armor on my main account, just because I'm trying to keep my main account relevant, and I might start doing videos with it actually in the future. So it would be nice if it actually had like money and stuff, armor and things. Just because it's like, why have it if I don't ever use it in my videos? I'm paying money for it. But yeah, I'm just heading back to Falador because I don't have anything else to do. That's all I can think of. I don't think I'm forgetting anything at all. I mean, like I said, this is not like a real proper tutorial. I just kind of want to showcase this. This is like a nostalgia episode because, you know, someday things might be different, or we might be like, oh, look at those early days of the mining and smithing rework, when now we have like mining tier 120 1-tick mining rune for hours and hours or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to make up whatever crazy stuff could happen 5 years from now, if they ever go crazy and add 120 level stuff. What I'm hoping they do is, for Bane weaponry, I hope they add more types of Bane weaponry, because I feel like there's room to have a few more. Maybe some things that you wouldn't normally use melee on, but might become slightly relevant if you use it. The other big thing is, I think right now, and I don't know if this is a permanent problem or if it's intentional, well, not a permanent problem. I don't know if this is intentional or just a glitch they don't want to fix or can't be bothered with, but I think that you'd get the accuracy negative bonus if you fight like a dragon that's not weak to melee, which is why I say it'd be good for like King Black Dragon and stuff, because they don't have resistance really to stuff like that. But yeah, so that's something to keep in mind for these, is that they might have a negative that you have to think about. I don't really know who would use like an Abyssal Bane square shield. Not entirely certain. I guess if you wanted to use a shield, there are shield abilities that I never use. Maybe it'd be okay. Probably more of an Iron Man thing than anything else, I'd imagine. That most non-Iron Men would just buy a better shield than that. They actually wanted to use a shield. I don't know. But yeah, there's like Bane burial set. Look at all that stuff. I've not messed around with burial stuff because I'm still focused on making things that are actually useful. I'll get to it at some point, I'm sure. Some point in the near future. But yeah, I think that is just about it for this episode. I really hope I'm not forgetting anything like vitally important. I was all over the place today. We got the auto heater, we got... Basically else has been great for this. I've been getting so many Saren Spirits, which still give things like rune arrowheads, which kind of feels wrong. It feels like it should be salvage or something, but whatever. They haven't done it. Hopefully I can get my respect up as well. That would be nice. While working on my Bane weaponry, all that. But yeah, I'll see you guys next episode with hopefully a good quest. I'm not entirely sure what quest, as usual. I got some ideas, though. I want it to be a bigger one. I've got some free time this week to do a big quest. It just can't be one that affects my efforts on good old, whatchamacallit thing. Dominion Tower, that's what I'm trying to think of. Because I have got to work on my Dominion Tower rank. I'm on the first page, but I could do a lot better than rank 25. I want top 10 this year. That's my ultimate goal. Get into that single digits. That would be great. Single digit high score ranking. It's going to happen. I will make sure of it. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys next episode where we actually do something normal instead of just talk about information for 30 minutes. Bye!